Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in every woman's life when she realizes that confidence isn't something she's born with, it's something she builds. Not through perfection, not through pleasing others, but through habits that strengthen her from the inside out. If you've ever felt underestimated, overwhelmed, or unsure of your own power, stay with me because the next few moments might just awaken a version of you that you didn't even know was waiting to rise. When we talk about confidence, we often imagine it as something loud, bold, or dramatic. But true confidence is gentle. It's quiet strength like a lamp that doesn't shout but still lights up the whole room, and every woman carries this light within her. It simply needs the right habits to shine brighter. The first habit is valuing your own time. When you honor your time, you honor your life. You stop apologizing for prioritizing your growth. You learn to say no, not out of arrogance, but out of awareness that your energy is precious. Just like you can't pour tea from an empty kettle, you can't give to the world unless you first give to yourself. The second habit is embracing your imperfections. Confidence doesn't come from being flawless, but from being honest. A cracked pot may look imperfect, yet it still carries water. Your so-called flaws are simply the marks of your journey. Instead of hiding them, allow them to remind you of how far you've come. The third habit is choosing meaningful connections. Surround yourself with people who uplift your spirit, not drain it. A single supportive friend can be more powerful than 100 distant admirers. Your environment shapes your emotional climate, so choose those who help you bloom, not those who make you doubt your worth. The fourth habit is practicing gratitude every single day. Gratitude shifts your inner dialogue from "I'm not enough" to "I have enough." When your mind learns to appreciate the small things, the morning sun, a kind word, a quiet moment, your heart becomes stronger. Gratitude is the soil in which confidence grows. The fifth habit is taking consistent, small steps toward your goals. Confidence is not built overnight. It's built in moments when you show up even when you feel uncertain. A river doesn't cut through rock because of strength, but because of persistence. Every step you take, no matter how small, is carving your path toward a life of certainty and courage. Confidence is not about being the loudest in the room. It's about being secure in your presence. When these habits become your lifestyle, you don't chase confidence. It naturally flows from within. And as this confidence flows from within, it begins to transform the way you walk through the world. Not because life becomes easier, but because your inner foundation becomes stronger. When you live with habits that nourish your spirit, you stop looking for validation outside. You carry your own approval, like a soft melody that plays in your heart, no matter how noisy the world becomes. What many people misunderstand is that confidence is not a sudden revelation. It is a slow unfolding. It arises from the countless moments when you choose growth over comfort. Every time you wake up and try again, even after feeling defeated the day before, you are strengthening your inner resolve. A tree does not grow tall by stretching itself in one day. It grows through seasons, some bright, some harsh, but with roots that hold steady. Your habits are those roots. When you practice valuing your time, you begin to notice that the world respects what you respect. The more intentional you become with your energy, the more peace you attract. You start to see that boundaries are not barriers, they are bridges to a healthier, happier self. This alone builds quiet confidence, because you no longer feel pulled in every direction. When you embrace your imperfections, you free yourself from the exhausting pursuit of perfection. Perfection is an illusion that keeps many hearts restless, but authenticity brings a sense of ease. People feel safe around someone who is real. Your courage to stand as you are becomes an invitation for others to do the same. And in that honesty, confidence naturally deepens. When you choose meaningful connections, You discover that relationships can be a source of strength rather than strain. The right people remind you of your capabilities on the days you forget. Their encouragement becomes like a gentle wind, helping you rise when life feels heavy. And their presence reminds you that you were never meant to walk your journey alone. As gratitude becomes part of your daily rhythm, your mind shifts from scarcity to abundance. You begin to see beauty where you once saw flaws. You notice progress where you once saw limitations. Gratitude doesn't change your circumstances immediately, but it changes your perspective, and that perspective shapes how you respond to life. A grateful heart becomes a confident heart because it no longer focuses on what is missing, and when you keep taking consistent steps toward your goals, you develop trust in yourself. Every step becomes proof that you are capable, disciplined, and committed. Even when progress is slow, it is still progress. And before you realize it, you look back and see a journey filled with courage, built one small decision at a time. And as you look back on that journey built one small decision at a time, something beautiful begins to happen. You start trusting the process more than the outcome. You realize that confidence is not a destination you reach someday. It is a companion you develop while walking your path. This awareness softens the pressure you place on yourself. You begin to breathe easier, think clearer, and move with intention rather than fear. With every habit you cultivate, your inner world starts aligning with the person you aspire to become. And the world responds to this alignment. Life has a way of opening doors for those who walk with conviction. Not because the path becomes free of obstacles, but because you stop running away from them. You begin to face challenges with a calm mind and a steady heart. Confidence grows not when everything goes right, but when you learn how to navigate things when they don't. When you continue valuing your time, you begin to understand the difference between being busy and being purposeful. You start choosing activities that nourish your mind, uplift your soul, and contribute to your vision. This shift quietly transforms the quality of your days. You no longer feel scattered, you feel anchored. And this sense of being anchored becomes one of your greatest strengths. When you consistently accept your imperfections, you start seeing them not as weaknesses, but as parts of your unique story. You realize that every scar, every mistake, every moment of vulnerability has taught you something essential. Instead of hiding your journey, you begin to embrace it. This acceptance softens your inner dialogue. You become kinder to yourself, and confidence grows rapidly in a mind where kindness exists. When you continue nurturing meaningful connections, your emotional world becomes healthier. You learn to communicate more openly, love more freely, and let go more gracefully. You begin to differentiate between those who walk with you and those who walk against you. And in doing so, you create space for people who bring warmth into your life. This emotional clarity strengthens your confidence in ways that external achievements never could. As gratitude deepens in your daily practice, you begin to wake up each day with a sense of purpose rather than pressure. Even small moments feel significant. A warm cup of tea, a few minutes of silence, a gentle breeze. Gratitude grounds you. It brings you back to the present. And the more present you become, the more powerful your choices become. And when you keep taking those steady steps toward your dreams, you form a powerful bond with your own potential. You stop doubting your abilities and start recognizing the strength you have carried all along. Consistency turns fear into familiarity, and familiarity turns hesitation into confidence. Through this steady movement, you realize that you were capable long before you believed it. And as you realize that you were capable long before you believed it, a new sense of inner assurance begins to unfold quietly, steadily, almost like dawn breaking after a long night. This assurance does not shout for attention. It simply makes its presence known in the way you speak, the way you stand, and the way you show up for yourself. You begin to understand that confidence is not something you perform, it is something you embody. As your habits deepen, so does your self-awareness. You start noticing your thoughts, your emotions, and your reactions with greater clarity. Instead of being overwhelmed by them, you learn to guide them. This inner guidance becomes like a gentle compass, helping you choose responses instead of being pulled by impulses. The more aware you become of yourself, the more confident you feel navigating the world around you. When you continue valuing your time, you begin to recognize the importance of resting without guilt. Rest stops feeling like laziness and starts feeling like maintenance, like giving your mind and heart the space they need to rejuvenate. With each intentional pause, you refill your inner reservoir, and from that fullness, your confidence grows naturally, because a rested mind is a strong mind. When you expand your acceptance of imperfections, you find freedom in authenticity. You no longer measure your worth through comparison. Instead, you begin appreciating your own pace, your own rhythm, your own journey, and this shift brings a deep calmness. Confidence becomes less about proving yourself and more about being yourself. This subtle shift changes everything. When you keep nurturing meaningful connections, you develop emotional wisdom. You start understanding when to hold on and when to let go. You begin recognizing that love and respect must flow both ways. This clarity empowers you to create relationships that uplift you rather than deplete you. And the more emotionally supported you feel, the more courageously you step into the world. As gratitude continues to shape your days, you discover that even challenges carry gifts within them. You start seeing obstacles not as signs to stop, but as opportunities to grow. Gratitude teaches you patience. It teaches you resilience. It teaches you humility. And these qualities blend beautifully to create a confidence that is steady, grounded, and unbreakable. And when you remain consistent with your efforts, no matter how small they may seem, you build an unshakable trust in yourself. Every day you choose discipline over doubt. You strengthen the foundation of your future. Every time you get back up after stumbling, you reinforce your inner courage. Every step becomes a declaration that you refuse to give up on yourself. Consistency becomes the quiet hero of your journey, slowly shaping you into someone who no longer questions her abilities, but confidently steps toward every new chapter with faith and purpose.